I want to start this video off with a bold statement. Most Americans are following retirement advice that no longer works, and it's costing them their future. Now, I know that might sound extreme, but after working with hundreds of families, I've seen it firsthand. People work 30, 40, even 50 years. They save into their 401k, follow all the rules, and still end up outliving their money. Let me tell you about Mark. Mark was a 62-year-old teacher. He'd done everything by the book. He contributed faithfully to his 403b. He budgeted, didn't spend extravagantly, but then the 2008 crash hit and nearly half of his retirement savings disappeared. But what hurt even more, it wasn't just the crash, it was the fact that he had no safety net, no backup strategy, no tax-free bucket, just traditional advice that couldn't protect him. So let me ask you this. What if everything you've been taught about retirement was designed for a world that doesn't exist anymore? A world where pensions were common, where taxes were lower, where the average person didn't live until their 80s or 90s. Today, that world is gone. Yet we're still being told to save in accounts that are tax deferred, market exposed, and full of restrictions and penalties. We've been sold this retirement formula: work, save in a 401k, retire at 65, and live off your nest egg. But here's the ugly truth. 401ks are not tax free. They're just tax delayed. The market does crash, and it doesn't care if you're 64 and about to retire. Most people have no clue what their taxes will look like in retirement. And when those three collide, retirement dreams get shattered. A client of mine, Stephanie, came to me at 58. She had over $700,000 in her 401k. Sounds good, right? But she said, "Roosevelt, I feel like I did everything right. Why does it feel like I'm still behind?" When we ran the numbers, we realized once she retired, her Social Security would get taxed, her Medicaid premiums would go up, and required minimum distributions would force her to pull out more money than she needed and pay taxes on it. She was saving her entire life into a tax trap. That's why in this course, Retire Smarter, I'm going to show you a better way and a smarter way to save. We're talking about building tax-free income, protecting yourself from market losses, creating guaranteed incomes for life, and setting up your family to win for generations. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful yet misunderstood tools available: Index Universal Life Insurance, or an IUL for short. I know you're probably thinking, wait, life insurance? I thought that was just for when you die. And that's what they want you to think. But when structured properly, an IUL becomes a tax-free retirement machine. Here's another real story. My client, Denise, a small business owner in her 40s, was tired of dumping money into her 401k. She couldn't touch until 60. We set up a properly structured IUL for her. After a few years, she was earning market-like returns without the risk of loss, able to access her money tax-free whenever she needed it, and building a legacy plan for her kids, all inside one policy. She said, "Why didn't anyone teach me this 10 years ago?" And I told her, because the system isn't built to empower you. It's built to keep you inside the system. But here's what the wealthy understand. They don't chase tax deductions. They chase tax-free growth. They don't hope the market performs. They build in guarantees. They don't just plan to retire, they plan to create generational wealth. And that's what this course is about. Inside Retire Smarter, here's exactly what you'll learn: why traditional retirement plans leave you vulnerable, how to retire without relying on the stock market, how to use cash value life insurance to grow and access your money tax-free, the tax strategies the wealthy use to keep more of their money, and how to protect your family and leave a legacy that lives beyond you. Whether you're in your 30s, 40s, or 50s, it's not too late. Listen, you don't need to be rich to retire well. You just need the right strategy. This isn't about working harder. It's about getting smarter. Because the truth is, the American dream isn't dead. It's just being misdirected. And now, you have a chance to take back control. Let's build a retirement plan that gives you predictable income, tax-free growth, peace of mind, and a legacy your children will thank you for. Enroll and retire smarter today. Your future deserves more than guesswork. And like always, the time is now.